Welcome to Mongoose Max Hawaii channel. Yes, today is June 6th, so it's happy D-Day? I don't know if happy D-Day is, but remember D-Day, storming of Normandy Beach and Omaha Beach and going into France, which was occupied by Germany, Nazi Germany back then. 77 years ago. Wasn't fun that without me speaking the yeoman. So, and today's Sunday, so I'm going to get right to it. A little old and new. You know, not wait much time. I gotta do this right. Okay, first let's do this. Yeah, I don't want it to go too much like that. Okay, that should be done by then. Old and new. Simple. No. When which left. Just like, Ministry Padre Plane Zangve. Vini Spanky Spank. Vini Spanky Spirits. When she left, she killed my mint plant. She poured something on it, and it's almost 95% dead. You know. That's one cracked. And you know what? If they're out there and they'll kill your plant, or what's next, the dog, or what's next, right? That's how those ones get started. They start small. So a little old, and see what we see. What does I saw this preacher do a TV sermon, a TV homily. He's like, well, why don't you play? You can always do a little roulette Bible reading. That's what they're calling it. I know this is approved. Just picking one out at random. So, see what God guides us. Sometime later, King Ben-Hadad of Aram mustered his entire army. He marched against the Sumerian and laid siege to it. As the siege continued, famine in Samaria became so great that a donkey's head was sold for 80 shekels of silver, and 1/4 of cobs of doves, and 1/4 of a cob of dove's dung for 5 shekels of silver. Now the king of Israel was walking on the city wall. A woman cried out to him, "Help, my lord king." He said, "No, let the Lord help you. How can I help you? From the threshing floor or from the wine press?" But then the king asked her, "What is your complaint?" She answered, "This woman said to me, 'Give up your son. We will eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow.' So we cooked my son and ate him. The next day I said to her, 'Give up your son and we will eat him.' But she had hidden her son. When the king heard of the words of the woman, he tore his clothes. Now, since he was walking on the city wall, the people could see that he had sackcloth on his body underneath. And he said, so may God do to me and more if the head of Elisha, son of Saphat, stays on his shoulders today. So he dispatched a man from his presence. What? Cannibalism. No comment. Okay, let's look for a little new. What's in red? Oh, what is this? Oh, in John. Oh, gosh. It's unknown. And they were startled and terrified and thought they were seeing a ghost. And he said to them, why are you frightened? Why do doubts arise in your heart? Look at my hands and my feet. See that it is I, myself. Touch me and see, for a ghost does not have flesh and bones as you see that I have. Appearing, one of those after the resurrection appearances. After the res. Alright. This is Prince Harry and Meghan, whatever. A new baby girl born on the 4th, Lilibet, named after Queen Elizabeth II's nickname when she was like little girl. Lilibet, when they can't say your name. Lilibet Diana. For you, thing. Meanwhile, over here, the crime rate's going up. Big Island's on fire. But they're opening up her thing. Because this is, you know it, newspaper. Today we have, I don't know, this is like the Sunday paper, so there's like lots in the news. It's like, good luck trying to make this quick. Oh, first, yeah, you gotta check out, in order to find out what's on the inside, you gotta check out the outside first, which is headline. Okay. Rough. Sergeant McRuff here. Oh God, Copay, don't drop that. Yeah, basically the crime rate is really up. I guess all the criminals go, hey COVID, what a great opportunity. Or they just don't have their regular stash for their fix. Employers are going, hey man, let's make the vax mandatory and just get on with it. I don't want your social protesting. Back in the day, 1985, workers sought nuts. Honolulu Macadamia Nut Processing Companies Inc. Foreign nuts occasionally get mixed in with local nuts. That's why they open up tourism. But the company officials insist that the standard of quality is the same for both. It's the same. Just as good. Dexter, shut up. Okay. We got this, we got that. What else is going on? Trump's giving a speech in Virginia or North Carolina, whatever it was. There's that, right? North Carolina. I saw part of it. Shame ode, and Twitter and Facebook just ban the guy. It's like, no. And he's like going, yeah, we're gonna come back and do this. Jesus Louise. Some of those people, genetically modified therapies are coming back. One of the vaccines is basically kind of engineered. And then the pizza. Everybody come back. Hey, grab one umbrella. We're Hawaiian. Yeah, come back with your Mai Tai real soon. It's noon, you know. Can you wait till sunset? Manoa Trail is open again. Open. They're standing there waiting for the rock to rip. Well, it's not that much water. But That's where the rocks fall. They don't have a way of predicting that. So when there's like lots of rain, don't stand under the waterfall. Lots of rain, don't go hiking. What the heck? Lobos. Okay. Big Q. Should Hawaii join 25 states in canceling the $300 weekly federal plus up in jobless benefits? Extra for not working. They're not coming back to work because they're getting paid so much money and they're lazy. Well, yeah, that's one aspect. The other aspect is they don't trust you just opening up. You have your bottom line profit overvalued over their safety. There's a lot of that too. So depends on who you listen to, really. 11% Meeks, keep it a bit longer, but not till September. 20%, no, crucial for making ends meet here. 69%, yes, it's keeping workers from taking jobs. See, that's the current bid. 70% say that. Which is true. Man, and they don't include the part where they don't pay you that much for that job. Gee, job don't pay that much. Decapitated remains, Romans in ancient Britain, that's how they had crime. Sudoku. These guys brought us Brothers Shoji and volleyball. Yay, Olympics putting future on hold. I don't know what they're going to do with the Olympics. I guess it's the story of these guys. But Tokyo Olympics, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Back in 1971. Groovy, bro. Groovy. Hey, groovy. I don't know. 1971. It's a little late for Jim Morrison. He was in Paris overdosing in the bathtub in 1971. Sorry. Inside, here we go. Oh, these. Oh, I shouldn't have brought that. This is extra time. Okay. Move along. Pass fail. Oh, was the school good being online? Oh, you missed all the opportunities you can do online. You gotta discern. You need some guidance with that stuff. You know, your education. You need guidance. I mean, for the group to be on the same page because they're supposed to be talking on the same subject. Yeah, sorry. Political cartoon. Things to avoid doing: swim after eating, lick a frozen pole, poke a hornet's nest, listen to Tucker Carlson. Wouldn't get vaccinated. R.I.P. Oh God, I can't stand those shows. My mom watches them all the time. It's Hannity, keep it up. I'm like, no, I can't stand watching this. Because they basically they spend an hour berating Dr. Anthony Fauci, like, don't listen to this guy, he's a total idiot. Hannity and Tucker Carlson are not total idiots. Actually, it's they direct you to the wrong source of information, and that's dangerous nowadays. Anyways, use your own thinking, use your own mind. Good luck. Not with your mind, with the world around you. Let us see the editor. Less senior hardship with mail-in option voting ballot. Regarding the letter on seniors and mailing license renewals, parenthetical, so quote citation article May 25th, that seniors continue mail-in license renewal. Oh, license renewal. Here are more reasons the mailing is not just more efficient, but safer for senior citizens. My husband and I had a city appointment on May 21st in the Chinatown Gateway Plaza. We went early as the parking was a concern. Unsure of how long we would wait, despite the appointment, we did not park in the plaza lot. We found a large open pay meter lot on Nu'uanu Avenue. The walk was not far. However, homeless people on the sidewalk were worrisome. We had valuable documents that were required to provide. Despite having an appointment, we waited for nearly 2 hours and paid $12 for parking. This is unnecessary waiting could have been avoided. Clerks would have had less pressure, no concerns about the homeless while carrying valuable documents and paying for expensive parking fees. And a senior citizen would have been satisfied with the convenience of mail. Continue this option. Loheia Chang, Paoa Valley. absolutely no hair. I'm just like, I don't know why they do that. They insist because it keeps their parking cabal happy. I don't know. Okay, here we go. I'm talking about more here. We've got time. Oh, TikTok. Oh, no. Pre-travel COVID test clearly unwarranted. The state's policy of requiring fully vaccinated residents returning to Hawaii to provide a negative COVID result from a test taken within 72 hours before travel poses an unwarranted expense on these residents. The requirement implies a risk tolerance much more stringent than the Center for Disease Control and Prevention's science-based allowable risk tolerance. Hawaii is the only state with such a stipulation. More strict than the other guys, even the CDE, more strict than them. A rough analogy. Assume a scenario replacing one star between light and darkness, between shadow and illusion. A rough analogy. Assume a scenario placing one stoplight in a 1 mile stretch is recommended by recognized authorities. The state's stringent COVID test policy is akin to acquiring 5 stoplights within that mile stretch for a minute increment, if any, of added safety. The state requires drivers to spend more time and money, parenthetical gasoline and parenthetical, than needed to drive that mile. The government, however, does not reimburse the drivers, though it should. Similarly, the state should reimburse the resident travelers for the cost of unwarranted COVID tests. Dane Lee, Punchbowl. Those tests are kind of costly, but hey, you're traveling when they're requiring those tests. I don't know. It's only 10-day quarantine if you're a resident. Buck up, man. Spend 10 days in your room. I gotta do. Right. I don't know, those tests are expensive, but good luck trying to get the state to reimburse you. You're so funny. Quickly. Many believe in both pro-choice and pro-life. The column by Ruth Marcus stimulated my thinking. Cite article June 2nd. Roe versus Wade. The possible reversal of the Supreme Court Roe versus Wade would also decrease the rights of women in America. Abortion has been a divisive issue for decades, and it's past time for our leaders to acknowledge the moral truths on both sides. The woman's right to choose is a fundamental right and must be sustained. However, a sacred quality of life must not be disregarded. With these moral principles in mind, the reality of being both pro-choice and pro-life seems clear. Many people have held both views for years. Because all life is sacred, you're the Mighty Python, I'm not going there. All abortions should be carefully discerned and all human rights must be ardently protected. John Heidel Kailua. You know, because I'm Roman Catholic, so I got to do that stuff. And basically, they go by the Mosaic Law as well as the Jesus stuff. So, you know, thou shalt not kill. That's one basis, right? But the thing is, what's considered alive when you're born? Because they had a problem with that. Because when you're being born, now you're considered alive. They have a problem with that because the baby comes out and they cut it in half. Everything, oh my God. So, when sperm meets egg is the official documentation, I think. Actually, officially, life has to have certain requirements, like it has to be able to reproduce itself. It has to have, activity. It has to be like kind of they call it a metabolism in a sense. Metabolism! It has to be, going. Its engines are running inside and all that, and it has to have like kind of a motion going on. Blah blah blah. But It has to reproduce itself. So how does a sperm is a half cell, an egg is a half cell. You get them together, boom, it's a whole cell. You could consider life right there. And they do. But I say it has to reproduce itself. How does a cell reproduce itself? Well, I'll tell you. It goes like this. Mitosis, all that kind of thing. It splits. So it makes two. So once it makes one cell into two cells, that would be technically where life begins. So grab them sperm before they get there if you want to do the pregnancy thing. Then, of course, there's the the Utes who think that you don't have money, no way to take care of yourself, no way to take care of babies, no way to take care of yourself, no way to take care of babies, no plans of anything except be leech on other people, and they pump out a bunch of baby, punch out, baby, put out a baby. It's wham in the world, and good luck, because the parents are just like welfare, leeching off everybody. That is sad. You can say it's planned pregnancy too, Planned Parenthood, but for the life of the kid, for those people, I don't know what to say. I could say lots of stuff, but I'm not supposed to say stuff. Killed my mint plant. Freaking wicked. Then anyways, don't worry. It's Sunday. The Lord, in the most dear Padre, in the Spirit, the Sanctus. Pater Noster, our Father, who art in heaven, qui est in caelis, sanctificet nomen tuum, hallowed be thy name. Venit regnum tuum, your kingdom come, advance. Fiat voluntas tua, your will be done. Sicut in caelis, heaven, et in terra, earth. Panem nostrum quotidianum de nobis hodie, et vidi nobis debitor nostra, in nos debitibus debitoribus nostris, nunc educas tentatianum se libera nostrum manum. Quo tuum est regnum, et potesta, et gloria in saecula. Teus! I thank you for your service.